nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mays. Nikki.
Here.
Sarah. Here. Bradford.
Here.
Robertson.
Here.
Page.
Here.
Lemmings.
Here.
Bass.
Yes.
Excellent. On the agenda items, we have a couple of things. First, the sponsor of the one ordinance we have tonight has replaced that ordinance with a new one. And I would entertain a motion that we approve that, as well as dispensing with the audible reading of the transfers.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second to adopt the changes just mentioned. Any discussion on those changes?
Who's second?
Which one are we changing?
Mike.
I'm
Mike moved and Nikki second.
Yeah.
Which one's being replaced?
The only ordinance we have. You're looking at the new one.
Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call vote for agenda.
Keep on your toes, huh? Mays.
Yes.
Nikki.
Yes.
Sarah.
Yes.
Bradford.
Yes.
Robertson.
Yes.
Page.
Yes.
Lemmings.
Yes.
Bass.
Yes.
Thank you. I entertain a motion to approve the minutes and financials.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and several seconds to approve the minutes and financials. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No county judges' comments. Court, do you have anything you'd like to ask of any elected official or department head here, or vice versa? Anyone wish to approach the court? Okay. That moves us right along to new business, and our first ordinance is sponsored by Becky Page.
Being enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Van Buren, State of Arkansas, an emergency ordinance to be entitled, an emergency ordinance to declare the violations of burning during burn bans in Van Buren County, to repeal Ordinance 2011-18, to declare an emergency for other purposes. Whereas there is a need to update the policies concerning the burning during the burn ban, which were established in Ordinance 2011-18, and whereas Arkansas Code 538-310 declares unlawful burning to be a Class A misdemeanor, and whereas Arkansas Code 538-310A9 defines the violation of burning as sets on fire or causes or procures to be set on fire any forest, brush, or any other flammable material in violation of burn ban on outdoor burning declared under 1275-108, and whereas Arkansas Code 1275-108 grants local disaster emergency declarations to the county judge, and whereas Arkansas Code 1414-906 grants authority to the Quorum Court to assess a penalty of up to $1,000 for any one specified offense or violation, or double that sum for each repetition of the offense or violation. And whereas there is a need to establish penalties for burning during the burn ban as declared by the county judge. Therefore, being enacted by the Quorum Court of Van Buren County, Arkansas, that Section 1, the county judge, at his or her discretion, may issue a burn ban under Arkansas Code 1275-108. Section 2, the county judge, at his or her discretion, may allow certain fires to be allowed as written in the emergency declaration court order, which establishes the burn. Examples of those fires may include, but not limited to, outdoor grilling, campfires at designated Corps of Engineers sites, or enclosed burning. Section 3, the penalty for violating the emergency declaration of the burn ban shall be the maximum amount allowed by Arkansas state law under Arkansas Code 1414-906. Section 4, the penalty for burning during a declared burn ban shall be a Class A misdemeanor per Arkansas Code 538-310. Section 5, for the purpose of assessing penalties, fines for violating the emergency declaration of the burn ban, a repetition of the offense, as stated in Arkansas Code 1414-906, shall be within a period of 2 years. Section 6, this ordinance shall be enforced through the Van Buren County Sheriff's Department and or any other law enforcement officers legally acting within Van Buren County, Arkansas, including constables. Section 7, emergency clause, this ordinance being necessary to provide for and to protect the health and safety and welfare of the citizens of Van Buren County, Arkansas, and of their properties, an emergency is declared to exist, and this ordinance shall be in full force and effective immediately upon adoption. I move that we approve this.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance. Any discussion?
I just had a quick, what is the main update from the old to the new?
The fine amount, I think.
The fine?
Doubles the fine.
So, what parameters do you put? Just when it gets dry enough, or, I mean, I'm a pyromaniac, so we gotta understand what's going on here, because I burn as much as I can all the time. So, when you see windy days coming, or, I mean, what's the parameters for that?
So, Arkansas State Code gives the county judge the authority to issue burn bans.
Right.
To be quite honest, I hate them. If people would use common sense, we'd never need them.
I agree with that.
However, a lot of people take the lack of a burn ban as opportunity to burn, to go out, spark it up, and then we end up with forest fires, and we end up with a lot of brush fires. And I try to limit burn bans. I probably go a little longer than most. I do go longer than other counties in a lot of cases, and lift them before other counties do. I try to not do it if I see rain in the near future, if I think we're going to get there. And the key word in law is discretion. And that's where it strictly falls on to the county judge to make that determination. I consult other counties. I consult with forestry. Sometimes people think that the conditions are not favorable for burning because it's too dry. However, if we don't allow forestry or the national forest to conduct their controlled burns, because they won't burn if we're under a burn ban usually. They can, but they try not to. That could lead up to a catastrophic event if we don't get those controlled burns completed. So there's a lot that goes into that, and I hate them.
Well, I try to be sensible about it, and I probably burn 100 acres plus a year. But when I get a strip burn, then I always try burning back to that area. And I've burnt for a lot of years, and never, knock on wood, I've never had one get out. I've had some getting awful close, and I've been up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning fighting them, to keep them from getting out. But and I know there's people who do crazy, because I called a couple weeks ago on one that was out. It was just nuts. I mean, wind blowing 25 miles an hour, and it was dry, and they were lighting brush on fire. Crazy. But the fine and stuff. So you determine the fine. Who does the fining?
That's you guys.
Okay.
And that language, the $1,000. Becky, you want to answer that?
We looked at right there from 2011 when Esther last did it. It was $500. So it's not been changed since then. So thinking maybe up at 500 more, it might try to deter some people to think a little bit better about it.
So where does the money go to?
It goes into the court system.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, none of this is applicable if there's not a burn ban in place. So
Right.
if there's a burn ban and you ignore it, then that's where this comes in. Right.
But it burns best then.
You have to talk to the judge about that.
Well, I'm just saying.
I advise you to remain silent.
I'm sensible about it. I am. So, all right. That's all my questions.
Okay. Any other questions? Roll call vote.
Mays.
Yes.
Nikki.
Yes.
Sarah.
Yes.
Bradford.
Yes.
Robertson.
Yes.
Page.
Yes.
Lemmings.
Yes.
Bass.
Yes.
O 2025-16.
Thank you.
You. Oh, thank you. I like to acknowledge when we have an emergency clause and why we have an emergency clause. This one is for the purpose of making this effective immediately. So do I hear a motion to acknowledge the emergency clause? So we have a motion and a second to acknowledge the emergency clause. Any further discussion on that emergency clause? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Excellent. Thank you, Carol. Our next item of new business is a resolution sponsored by all of you. And by our procedural ordinance, resolutions are by title only unless whoever's reading it wants to read the whole thing. So since all the justices have agreed to sponsor this one at the last meeting, Carol, would you care to read this one by title only?
Oh, sure, okay. Be it resolved by the Quorum Court of the County of Van Buren, State of Arkansas, a resolution to be entitled, a resolution to recognize the Arkansas 250 Commission as it begins its work to celebrate Arkansas's rich 250-year history from the signing of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776 through July 4th, 2026.
I entertain a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second to adopt this resolution. And as a matter of discussion, of course, I serve on the State Commission for Arkansas 250. This draft resolution that you guys are the first to approve is going to go out to every county in Arkansas for approval. And just to bring attention to Arkansas 250. The history, of course, next year, July 4th, 2026, America celebrates its 250th birthday, or the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And there will be several events leading up to that. Any other discussion? All in favor of adoption signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
R 2025-03.
03?
03.
Next item of new business is by Sarah Brown. And if you want to read it, it's up to you. If you don't, you can read it by title only.
Be it resolved by the Quorum Court of the County of Van Buren, State of Arkansas, a resolution to be entitled, a resolution confirming the appointment of committee members to the Quorum Court. To make a motion we adopt as written.
A motion and a second to adopt this resolution. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? I entertain a motion to approve the transfers.
So moved.
R 2025-04.
Sorry about that.
Now,
A motion and a second to adopt the transfers. Any discussion? All in
motion and second.
I moved, and the second was.
Several of us.
Is this to clean up, Pam?
Yes. We had one last month, but I used the wrong month, so I had to redo it.
Gotcha.
But there's still no money needed.
This will clean this up, huh?
Yes.
All in favor of approval signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any public comments or any other discussion before adjournment? Yes, sir.
I just have a couple of questions. I noticed in here in your agenda, you had minutes that are emailed. How do I get on your list to get my minutes from the meetings?
Just give the clerk your email address, and she'd be happy to.
I'll add you to the list.
Right? And if we as a public want to bring business before the quorum, how do we do that?
We always open the floor up at the end of each meeting for public comments. You get 3 minutes. If you need more, a justice can get a motion, a second, and a vote to give you more. If you think you need a lot of time, just ask either myself or the clerk to be placed on the agenda.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Any other discussion? Motion to adjourn? Second. Any opposed?